Hello everyone, my name is Adi Landa and this is my demonstration speech. So some of you may be able to tell from my getup and my little headband, but I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for my demonstration speech. So makeup is something that is extremely universal and everyone has an access to it. There's many products, many brands out there that are both vegan and cruelty free, which for any of my people that don't like animal testing, those products are highly available. Drugstores, high-end stores like Ulta and Sephora, or you can just find them at Walgreens, Rite Aid, Walmart, whatever. But anyways, makeup is something that is truly special to a lot of people. It doesn't matter what gender you are or what sexuality you are. People use makeup to express themselves or to make themselves feel more confident or just a part of their everyday routine. Not that deep, you know? So it all just depends on your interpretation of makeup. So that is why I am going to be demonstrating my own routine. And I have a mixture of drugstore products as well as a bit higher end, but not really higher end. I tend not to stray towards more expensive products just because, again, it costs a lot of money, and sometimes people do go to makeup stores and end up going in for one thing and end up out with 5 things, and they ended up spending like $100. It happens to the best of us, honestly. But I'm going to try to show you, of course, all of the products that I'm using, the types of brushes that I'm using, what I do, any techniques that I'd like to share. I'm going to be demonstrating all of that today. So let's get started. The first thing that I start off with is having a blank canvas. So I like to just wash my face, get rid of any dirt that I might have accumulated throughout the day or from the night before. After that, I like to moisturize. You can use any moisturizer that's good for your face. I tend to use the CeraVe Daily Moisturizer. So this is one that I really like, and you can find it, of course, Walgreens, Rite Aid, wherever. I'm going to start with primer. So this primer is one that you can find any drugstore, Walmart, and it is the e.l.f. Putty Primer. So this stuff is awesome. I really like it. And it was really popular about, I want to say 3 years ago, probably longer than that, but it definitely blew up and was trending for a while. Always start off with a little bit of this, put some on my nose, my cheeks, a little bit on my forehead, and of course, on my chin. Then I just rub that in. After I rub that in, then I get started with some concealer. So the concealer that I'm using today is from a brand called Juvia's Place. So this is what it looks like. It's $14, but I got this on sale, so I got it half price. So I got it for $7. It was awesome. And I still have it a year later. So I'm gonna grab the concealer and I'm gonna put some on the outer edges of my eye. So, you know, normally people do triangles, they put some on the outside and the inside, but I like to put some just on the outside for a little bit of coverage. I'm gonna get a damp beauty sponge like this. Mine is very dirty. Try using a clean one. And then just tap that right there. And then slowly go into the inner corner of the eye. So you start from the outside and go into the inner corner of the eye. Okay, now that I've done that, I am going to get my foundation of choice. So I like to use the Bare Minerals Bare Pro, and I use the shade Toffee 19. So I'm just gonna put a couple dots all over my face, then grab my beauty blender and tap that in and blend it all out. Now that you have a bunch of dots on your face, you're gonna wanna grab your beauty sponge and tap it all in. Okay, after blending and doing all of that, which takes quite a process, so your hand might hurt, I am going to start on my eyebrows. But first, I'm going to be baking. So the process of baking is kind of like letting powder sit on certain areas of your face so that throughout the day they stay put and they don't move. So a lot of people do this. Some people don't like to include this on their routines, but it all just depends. So I'm going to be grabbing a small sponge like this, and I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me powder. So this is, again, drugstore, awesome product. I love using this, especially for every day. So I'm going to just tap that in like this. And I'm going to go under my eyes and around my nose, which are the areas that tend to, where the makeup tends to break up more. Now I'm going to grab that same powder, grab a powder brush like this. So it's like a big fluffy brush, and then I'm going to pat it into the powder. Tap that to get rid of all the excess powder. Go around my face, just in circular motions, very lightly. And when you're grabbing the brush, you want to hold it from the end as to not apply as much pressure. So again, going to the powder. So those areas that are still baking will stay there. I'm not going to wipe that off with the brush. Now I'm going to get started with my eyebrows. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. So it's a little eyebrow pomade. So it's like a little container like this. Open it up, and that's what it looks like. Now we're going to grab a very thin eyebrow brush. This is a size 12 brush, so the bristles are very, very, very thin. I'm sorry. There you go. You can see that. So it's very thin, and I'm going to be dipping just a little bit. I don't like to fill in my eyebrows a lot just because I already have thick eyebrows. So we're just going to go in there. I'm going to start a little bit at the top very lightly and kind of just get the shape of my arch, and then just brush it out. I never start right here in the front and fill that in because I don't want my eyebrows to look blocky. I want them to look as natural as possible. So I'm only going to be applying the very minimal of product. So now with the product that I have placed on my eyebrow, I'm going to grab the spoolie side of the brush, which looks like this, and I'm going to brush it out. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. Just a little bit of product. So now I'm going to do the other eyebrow. So now that I've roughly filled in my eyebrows, I am going to grab a flat top brush like this. It is thin and it is perfect for shaping and carving out the eyebrow. I love using this. And I'm going to go back to the concealer that I was using earlier, and I am going to just literally tap a little bit, very little, and carve out that eyebrow shape that I already have. So just gonna go under. Oh. So it might look like a harsh line, so you just continue going through that line, and then as you've carved it out, you just go down like this. Okay, now I'm gonna do that to the other side. So I'm going to use my finger to kind of just blend out that concealer so it's not such a rough line. There we go. That's it. Now I'm going to grab the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow Gel. So this is just a translucent eyebrow gel that literally is just going to set my eyebrows in place, brush them out, give them that nice natural look, which is what I'm going for. So that is it. My eyebrows are completely done and my face should be baked by now. So I'm going to go back to that powdered brush and I'm just going to brush the excess powder off. Okay, so now I am going to bronze. This is going to carve out my face. It's going to give me that contour and it's going to just give me and highlight my face shape. So I'm going to grab an angled brush like this. So as you can see, it has the angle. And I'm going to be grabbing my Milani Baked Bronzer. So I love this stuff. I use it all the time and I've been using it quite recently and still it looks completely brand new, but I love it. It has like some sparkle in it, super cute, and this is what I'm gonna use to bronze. So I'm gonna grab the brush again from the end, gonna go in there, tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna go along with my face shape. So you don't wanna do it too low or too high. You wanna do it right at your cheekbone. So what you might wanna do is just, and there you go. It is a weird face, not gonna lie. And I already know my face, so I already know like where I need to hit, but everyone's face is different. So if you're having trouble knowing where those lines are, you can always watch other videos that help out and really go into detail about your face shape. Gonna go in, start bronzing. So when you're bronzing, again, you never want to go down. You want to just go up, all right? So now I'm going to tap in again, and I'm just going to go around my forehead. Now I'm going to do this to the other side. All right, so now I'm gonna do the jawline. So this area right here, if you have a double chin, it's all right, and that's what this is for. So now that you've done that, I'm gonna grab a nice fluffy brush like this one around here, and I'm gonna use this for blush. I'm gonna be using the Milani blush, and it is the Rose Powder Blush. It is in the shade Tea Rose. So right here, drugstore, I love it. Awesome. I'm just gonna tap in, tap, and then pat. Now, this is completely optional, but it's a step that I never like to miss. So this is highlighter. Again, going with Milani this time, the brand Milani. I'm going to be using the Strobe Light highlighter. So that's the shade name, Strobe Light. So it looks really good on my skin tone, and I absolutely love this in the summer. It looks even better. So a trick that I like to use that I learned actually is you want to grab a highlighter brush, something like this, a fluffy thin brush, and you want to grab setting spray. So I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Natural Finish setting spray. So it's this little guy right here. I'm just going to shake it up a little bit, and I'm going to do one spray and just kind of whack it around like this. Now, I'm going to grab my highlighter, just a little swirl, tap, and end of the brush, going to do like this, and just a little. So that is it for the face. My eyebrows done, I'm bronzed, blushed, highlighted, everything. So again, I'm going to take that setting spray, shake it up a bit, and I'm going to spray my entire face to set my makeup so it lasts throughout the day. So I'm just going to fan myself off a little bit, let it set. And now I'm going to be doing mascara. So not gonna lie, I cheated a little bit and I already had some mascara on from earlier today, but I'm just gonna be retouching it. I'm going to be using the Telescopic Carbon Black mascara from L'Oreal, my absolute favorite. It is $12, so it's pricier. It's like a pricier item from drugstore, but I do not like waterproof mascara because it is very hard to get off and it ruins my eyelashes. So this is the one that I use, and it goes on perfectly and gives me that lift that I really love. Just gonna grab this, get rid of the stuff on the end, and this is hilarious because everyone has their mascara face, and I definitely have mine, so here we go. This is it. This is what I do on kind of an everyday basis. Again, this is my routine for when I go out, or if I'm going someplace nice, or just, work or something. Obviously, I modify it, like, depending on my situation. Like, if I'm in a rush, it's just concealer and mascara, and that is all. I am out the door. But if I have time, of course, I sit down, do my makeup. I do it like this. If I have extra time, I'll do some eyeshadow, I'll do eyeliner, and I'll pop on some lashes. It just depends. Again, it's a form of expression, and makeup is just, it comes in all different ways. So it honestly just depends on you. Thank you for sitting through my tutorial, and I hope that the lesson or the takeaway of this is that makeup is beautiful and it's a lot of fun. It's crazy, and it's nice to have all these products and a big wide variety of products that you can use so that you don't break the bank and you're on a budget. It's all good because there's some options for you. Thank you so much, and have a great morning, evening, afternoon, and see ya.